on Internet Tonight, an extremely low-tech remake of a classic movie. And How to Hunt for Rednecks, The Cyberway. Plus, some new films are hitting theaters. How are their websites? Get comfy, friends. It's time for Internet Tonight. Hello there, and once again I welcome you to another edition of Internet Tonight. I'm Michaela Pereira. Scott Harriet is lost in the woods. Topping Internet news tonight, over 30 major Internet firms have joined together to launch an educational website aimed at protecting America's children. And banding together are some of the most prominent names and rivals in the online world. America Online, Microsoft, and Yahoo, to name just a few. The Get Net Wise initiative aims to help parents protect their children from violence, pornography, and hate literature online by providing information regarding Internet safety, as well as links to law enforcement and advocacy groups. Vice President Al Gore has been heavily involved in promoting the initiative and touted the Get Net Wise project, saying, quote, "This means if parents want to breathe easier when their children are on the Internet, they can." The Senate Judiciary Committee has approved legislation which will limit the amount of cyber-squatting on the Internet. The term refers to the practice of registering Internet addresses using the trademarks of famous companies in the hopes of getting them to fork over large amounts of cash in exchange for the name. The bill will allow trademark companies to recover damages, but it will not make cyber-squatting a criminal offense. And more government news now. The government has taken one step closer to getting an eye inside your computer. Congressman Porter Gross, who just 2 years ago tried to outlaw the distribution of privacy protection software, is sponsoring a bill that would give companies a 15% tax break for developing government snoopable encryption products. Congressman Gross hopes that the bill will mediate between the concern for commerce and national security. The products would work on a system which would require a key to unscramble the data. The key would be placed in easy access of law enforcement officials. A British judge has made legal history by concluding a criminal trial over the Internet. What's more, the trial was conducted from her hospital bed as she nursed a broken leg. Judge Valerie Perlman used a satellite video link from her bedside to the courthouse in Southwark, 60 miles away, to create Britain's first virtual courtroom. She answered questions from the deliberating jury and dealt with sidebars, all via the net. Judge Perlman is expected in court in a wheelchair for the sentencing part of the trial. Well, be rest assured the infamous Beanie Baby con artist has finally been caught. James Denlinger was arrested Wednesday by the Sonoma County Sheriff's Department in Northern California after detectives spent a month following his ever-changing websites and P.O. box addresses. The suspect advertised rare Beanie Babies for sale on several Internet auction sites, but after several complaints appeared on a public message board from people who had been scammed, Denlinger replied with a taunting message of his own, saying, "Ha ha ha, you must be a bunch of morons." Denlinger conned his victims out of about $100,000 before being caught. Is print dead in the Utah, you ask? The Orem, Utah Daily Journal has decided to completely discontinue its print edition of the paper in favor of an online version. The journal, which was being printed in paper for 9 months now, says it will launch a full-fledged Internet edition on Thursday, August 5th. Currently, the newspaper's website is home to just classified ads. Journal publisher Levor Oldham said, quote, "Clearly, the future of newspapers is on the web." Well, time to look into the Web Almanac now for July 30th. It was on this day back in 1839 that the bloody Amistad slave rebellion took place. The rebellion started when slaves took control of the ship bringing them from Cuba to America. When they landed in New York, the courts took over their case. After a full year of legal battles, the slaves were released and sent home to Africa. To learn more, check out the Amistad page on the Famous Trials website. There you can read newspaper excerpts from the trial or peruse Supreme Court documents. For a more in-depth look at the participants, check out the Sketches section and read individual biographies. And finally, you can capture all the drama from the courtroom with a full trial record. And if you'd like to visit any of the websites you see featured here on our show, come by our homepage at internettonight.com, where you'll find links to everything there on the big list.
The big list!
He did it again. Well, still to come on the show, this weekend's movies are out and waiting for you to focus your eyes on them. We'll give you the rundown of their big screen and computer screen presence. And there is a very strange disturbance in the force. Find out more when Internet Tonight continues. Welcome back to Internet Tonight. With a record-breaking heat wave sweeping the country, everyone's trying to find a way to keep cool. Well, it's no secret that there's a cool, dark, and air-conditioned place near you. It's called your local movie theater, of course, and hopefully on tonight's Movies Online will give you a cause for a visit.
It's not that she's afraid of the wedding. She's afraid of the wedding night. Why, when I was a virgin bride, I took a knitting needle to bed with me.
Runaway Bride stars Julia Roberts as the title character, who has cold feet when it comes to marriage, and Richard Gere as Ike, a newspaper columnist with writer's block. He begins writing about her. This begins a chain of events which eventually lead Ike to Maryland to meet the pretty woman. And boy, the Runaway Bride's official website's a doozy. Besides plot and production notes, the cast section flushes out the lead characters with some more favorites, like two-time Academy Award nominee Joan Cusack as Peggy, and the ever-likable Hector Elizondo as Fisher. The clips and still section bursts with pages and pages of pics, and there's party favors including desktop images and a downloadable screensaver.
You know, this hotel is full of freaks.
Also opening this weekend, Twin Falls, Idaho, written by and starring twin brothers Mark and Michael Polish, play conjoined twins, and it's not your usual love story. Twin Falls, Idaho's official website gives up the film's complicated synopsis, and there's a production section which explains the Polish brothers' longtime fascination with conjoined twins. The site offers a few stills, mainly of the sexy leading lady, former model Michelle Hicks.
Jim and I use gene therapies to increase their brain mass.
What is that?
As a side effect, the sharks got smarter.
In Deep Blue Sea, Dr. Susan McAllister, played by Saffron Burrows, has genetically re-engineered the DNA of mako sharks, making them more intelligent and powerful. At the research facility called Aquatica, a tragic accident occurs, resulting in irreparable damage to the facility and causing it to sink, while these super intelligent and super fast sharks put their moves on the humans who created them. The flash-enhanced Deep Blue Sea website is reminiscent of the Aquatica Research Facility. There are 5 fascinating levels of goodies. Production, cast, and crew information are a given, but the impressive layout and tasty interview clips are a must-see.
And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Diving deeper still, we find oceans of storyboards and screenplay excerpts, and as a cool bonus, there's even tips for shark survival. For example, if you're ever unfortunate enough to meet one in the water, please maintain eye contact. However, if you're fortunate enough to catch one, you should check out the recipe area. And in the interest of sharing, you can take a look at their message board or send a friend a web card. Additionally, you can download their screensaver or play their online game, The Runaway Bride, Twin Falls, Idaho, and Deep Blue Sea. Now playing both in the theaters and online.
And if you do choose to stay home, be sure to fire up that air conditioning and head over to our website for more movies online. So maybe you're not the movie-going type, or maybe you found the summer releases rather disappointing this year. Well, you can always turn to the web and see one man's bold interpretation of a cinematic classic. Here's Scott with Star Wars Askimation.
If you find the lines to see the Phantom Menace daunting, there's now another new addition to the Star Wars Spectacular. 20th Century Text presents the one, the only, Star Wars Askimation. Yes, Episode 4, A New Hope, comes to light in a sublimely new and simplistic way. You know how it goes. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. It's a period of civil war, etc., etc. Those memorable moments and classic characters have been captured here by a webmaster with a truly diligent and patient hand. So don't bother with those long lines and noisy fans. This is Star Wars you can view from the comfort of your own home. And you can even fast forward through to the best bits. Better click to it quick though. Who knows how long it'll be before Lucas acts on the copyright violation.
And let's just hope that the webmaster stops there. One of the great things about the internet is the breadth of experience it can give you from the comfort of your own desktop. You can learn skills, do research, and get a peek into worlds that prior to the internet were virtually inaccessible. One such world is archaeology. For most of us, traveling to faraway places is impossible, but now with the web at your side, any number of fascinating excavation sites are as close as the click of your mouse. Archaeology always sounds so exciting, digging for artifacts and buried treasures left by past civilizations. Before you crawl into those trenches, however, consider mining online. An exceptional growth period was during the Maya Classic era, from 250 to 950 AD. At Caracol.org in Belize, you'll learn that Caracol was home to over 140,000 people in 650 AD. An easy-to-use site map will help you navigate through the many excavations. Another Maya city, Yashuna, houses itself on the internet under the Yashuna Archaeology Project. Explore the ruins on this Maya city in Yucatan, alone or with a guide. Not quite the pyramids of Giza. Other Maya villages have websites. Kaashav and Shibun provide slideshows featuring their ongoing excavation progress. Kaashav was first inhabited in 800 BC by evidence of its primitive housing structures, and Shibun is in an area consisting of a labyrinth of caves. This site, Karkanis, halfway across the globe in central Turkey, on a very large but low mountain, reside the ruins of an ancient city, Karkanis Dag. A large number of artifacts have been discovered here, among them pottery, ivory, and gold. But if you like the cold and feel compelled to work excavating in the Arctic, the Archaeology in the Arctic North site offers short field seasons. But they warn, living space in camp can become extremely cramped. Now at the Outpost, a National Geographic site, there are expeditions to follow. It's almost like being there. Archaeology, reliving the good old days. And once you've hit these sites, keep searching. There are virtually thousands of websites about archaeological digs out there on the web. Well, we've got a little treat for all of you avid hunters out there. It's a little something to think about the next time you go creeping through the woods. After the break, we'll show you how to put the shoe on the other foot, my friends, plus a security guard with two left feet.
Hey everybody, the Surf Guru here. When we come back, what to do if your grandma's a compulsive liar.
Welcome back, everyone. While it's true that many people enjoy going out into the woods with firearms and hunting Bambi, the winds of change are a-blowing, my friends. Case in point, tonight's look at online gaming. Scott Harriet found out that those once defenseless deer are mad as hell, and they're not going to take it anymore.
Yes, it's hunting season again, but we're not after a 7-point buck. Rather, it's time to bag ourselves a prize 7-tooth pick.
He shoots, he scores.
Snarf Blatt's Deer Revenge demo is a sly parody of last year's Hunt Everything CD-ROMs that ran off with Dad's pocket chain, promising all the thrills of a virtual hunt. The object of this new game is to nab as many squirrely rednecks as possible, then display them in your expanded trophy collection.
My cousin's gonna be real mad I missed our date.
You begin by searching their natural habitats for tracks.
Hook rinds. Only a hick would eat these things.
Once in the field, you'll have to lure the hicks closer with your assortment of rattles. And if that doesn't bring them in, you can always try your hillbilly mating calls.
That's a mighty fine gun rack.
Then, when you've got one close enough, just take aim with the handy net gun and squeeze off a little country lovin'.
I'm here!
Now, I know what you're thinking. Scott, cousin, how can I get one? The season begins with a trip to Snarf Blatt's website. Just follow the links to the Deer's Revenge demo and then download that permit to your hard drive. Now just fire it up for a one-level sampling of the tricky trailer park environment.
Check out my shiny new belt buckle.
Now you're bagging bumpkins like a big buck.
Darn it, now he's probably going to end up breeding.
It's the free Deer's Revenge demo from Snarfblatt.
Tell your wife that her back hair looks better parted in the middle.
Bragging rights not included.
Yikes. The Snarfblatt website is also where you can download the Hick Hunter theme song, as well as assorted stupid shockwave thingies that defy description. Just about every day, the slick machine that is Internet Tonight comes to a grinding halt, and by the time we've paused and checked for the problem, we've realized yet again it's the Surf Guru.
Well, Jerry, thanks for asking. The date actually did go pretty well in the beginning, and then it went awry, and it got into an argument. She started saying things that she didn't mean. I started saying things that I didn't mean. Last thing I said to her was, "You stole fizzy lifting drinks." How could that be true? She wasn't in that movie. That's Hey everyone, the Surf Guru here with my special isotoner shoes sent to me by Marie Falzoni of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Thank you, Maria. Very nice. They're comfortable and they keep the circulation in my feet going on these cold nights here at the studio. My sight of the week, and I'm very excited. That's what my Aunt Sophie used to say. I'm very excited to see you. Well, you know, there are a lot of magic 8-balls out there on the web. You know that thing that you shake up and then they give you the answer to your question? Will I have the codfish or will I have the linguine with white clam sauce? And then you go around through your life asking the questions. And well, most of these web-based ones are just programs that simulate what happens when you shake the ball. But aha, eureka! I found the real deal, everyone. I found a real magic 8-ball site that uses a real magic 8-ball. Yeah, how do you like me now? There's that famous number 8. There's a Lego Mindstorm robot holding it, and there's a webcam pointed at it. I love robots. I love to go to robots for questions and answer period. At the end of when you type in your question, the robot shakes the ball and then you get your answer. Like, for example, dear robot hand shaking ball, magic 8-ball, will Scott Harriet discover Sasquatch life sometime this summer while traipsing through the woods of Northern California? Shake that ball, robot hand. Will you find Sasquatch life or Bigfoot? Outlook not so good. Well, Scott, I have a feeling that even though the 8-ball says no, you're going to still go out there and look around, go foraging around, eating your astronaut food. Dehydrated strawberry shortcake for dessert. If you have a question, the address is guru@zdtv.com. That's it for now. Patrolling the halls, I'm the Surf Guru. Goodbye.
Poor little Scotty. The Guru can be reached at our website, internettonight.com, if for any reason you think you might need him. With the movie Deep Blue Sea opening this weekend, we thought it might be fun to play the dumb little game they've got on their website. So without further ado, here's tonight's stupid net trick. It's called Survive. It's like Frogger. So you're a little human. You need to get across this sea of... Okay, hard to explain and play at the same time. Let's try this again. You need to get across... You need to get a disc. This disc will do something at the end of the game. I'm not really sure what it'll do. And obviously, if you fall in the water, the sharks will eat you. And one of the tricks on this game is that the things that you jump on... The things that you jump on only float for so long. They'll actually go into the water. So if you get across, you can go to several levels. Apparently, I suck at this game, so I'm going to be done with it. If there's one thing that there's no shortage of on the Internet, it's advice. Be sure to tune in on Monday when we visit Brenda's Dating Advice, a place on the web for dating advice. More Internet Tonight after this. As a child, I was an inquisitive kid, always asking why and how. It used to drive my parents crazy. But now that I am a grown-up, I've had to find new and more innovative, yes, even less annoying ways of finding stuff out. So I turned to the web and discovered how stuff works. It's time to stop looking at your car engine and scratching your head. Turn to How Stuff Works, the website with an explanation for everything, from refrigerators to CDs. The categories include your body, electronics, and things you see around the house. Learn why the pendulum clock swings to and fro. It has something to do with weights and escapement gear. Each provides in layman's lingo to help you understand just what exactly makes your digital clock tick. Technophiles can brush up on bytes, bits, and Boolean logic. Experiments are also here, just in case you've got the hankering for a homemade compass. The site isn't all geek stuff. Understanding your immune system and how food works gives you a peek into the mechanics of the human body. The Inside series offers explanations for common devices found in your home. Learn the inner workings of your scale, electric razors, and the remote control. Finally, for a seasonal lesson, find out all about Christmas. It explains why you'll find mistletoe hanging in doorways, and you'll learn about the tradition of gift giving. After all, this is how it works. And with the upcoming presidential election, it might be time to find out a little something about how election campaigns work at the site. You can learn both about the election process or find out how to run for office yourself. Okay, girls, do you remember being in elementary school and having that boy chase you around the schoolyard until you cried? And that same boy in high school tried to wow you with his charms by completely ignoring you? Well, as Megan Marks tells us in tonight's Love Online, nothing has changed.
Hello and welcome to Love Online. We're here to help bring romance into your life through the internet. Plenty of people are doing it these days. Let's check a few of them out. 39-year-old Miss Betsy has a good life and a great family, but would really like to fall in love. She enjoys playing music on a kazoo. Jamaican Love-A-Man loves getting lost in the depths of a park and listening to nature. He's a sensitive and romantic man. Today's letter comes from Confused and Dazed. I've been going to this nightclub every 2 weeks, and there is this guy who I see that teases me a lot. I was wondering if you think he likes me or if he's just being overly friendly. Well, Match.com says, of course he likes you. Teasing is something young guys commonly do when they have some interest in a woman. It's a form of flirting. Generally involves a little touching, warm smiles, and a lot of fun. Positive energy. This provides a way for him to get close to you and to get to know you without having to take too much of a romantic risk. You seldom reject someone for teasing you. If you like him, then tease him right back. Engage him. Let him know you're having fun and just play the game and let it take you where it will. You're young out on the town and a man is flirting with you. Enjoy. The world is your oyster, my friend. That's all for today. Don't forget to pay a visit to the love section of our website for more photo personals of singles looking for love. And remember, as Swinborg once said, love in its essence is spiritual fire. For Love Online, I'm Megan Marks.
IT's Temptress of the Airwaves will return Monday, and she'll be armed with more photo personals and a stack of love advice from Love Online. All right, let's check out a few online events for Monday, August 2nd. Rock artists The Ramones are back, and they'll be chatting at 8 p.m. Eastern at sonicnet.com. Directors Dan Murnick and Ed Sanchez of the new chiller, The Blair Witch Project, will log on at 9 p.m. Eastern at sci-fi.com. And finally, my favorite comedian and actress, Janine Garofalo, chats 10 p.m. Eastern at communities.msn.com. So we've got a little competition going with Carmine Gallo and the folks from the Money Machine. Who can get more email at the show? Not true, but wouldn't that be fun? At any rate, if you'd like to email us, the address is it@zdtv.com. And if you would like to visit any of the websites that we've shown you tonight, you can get links to all of those sites at our homepage, internettonight.com, on our big list. And for a little music, head to our website where you can link to Liam's music pick for the day, the Young Dubliners with their tune, Change the World. And on that note, that's it for our weekend edition of Internet Tonight. Thanks for joining us. And me, I'm Michaela Pereira. Bye.